Hey, what's up, guys? Coming back at you here with a little bit more action. We are playing at home today against Guangxi Pingguo. Don't ask me what Hale means. It's not really a word. That's not Chinese. This is an example of whoever either created the database or whoever in SI created the original database got the name of this team completely wrong. We'll just call them Guangxi. We'll leave it at that. I'm showing you the screen here because we got two players here playing for the first time. The first one here is Chen Jun, who is 16 years old, playing as a center back. I think he does, spirited individual, so he has one of those personalities we like. We got him for free from Beijing University, and of course that means that the coaches don't think he's quite good enough yet, operating at second division level, but they do think that he can improve to be better, and free is the best prize. And then over here, right back, we're playing Yan Dawei. Yan Dawei is 17 years old, and the coaches also think that he has some potential. He's only got the balanced personality, so that's not perfect. He came to us from Jiangxi, Beidamen, for 1.2 million renminbi. A little bit more expensive, and we'll see what these kids are like. This is going to be the first game for both of them. And actually, just a second, we have one more. I'm sorry. So Chendran hasn't played before, but Yan Dawei has. This is the one I was looking for. Shi Shu is his name, who's also 16 years old. He comes over from Shanghai, and he has also a spirited personality. Coaches, again, think that he's way off first team level. This is going to be his first team match for us, and we got him from Shanghai Shenxin for 1.35 million renminbi, and there you have it. So a bunch of Chinese players here on this team as we go out today and see if we can beat Guangxi and show the game that you don't get any bonus points if they spell your actual name wrong. And we have been on a good run. Go out there and impress me. We love doing that. And let's see what this crowd is like here today. Last home match that we had at about 16,000, and it was pretty cold. It was about, I think, minus 5 degrees. It's supposed to be cold in this one, too. This is November 1st here, 2023. And so I'm guessing that our crowd here is not going to be super. We're in first place now, of course, 34 the goal 34 goal differential is the word I'm looking for, and 24 points. And the only thing that we've had is that one little blip that lost to Wuhan, and we will get our revenge on them once the schedule flips over. However, here we have to worry about Guangxi first, and we do not have the ball. And it would be kind of nice if we could get it back. And let's see, as this one's popped up and over, it's Liang Shenjun is able to get back over to it, and he just sort of knocks it out for a throw. This, of course, is a first team for us that's never really played together before, and so we'll see what cohesion is like today. It's Guangxi with this free kick. And they knock this over to the side, and this is well defended, well played, and Liu Xiaoziyang is able to jump up and grab it over everybody's head. He's not that tall, you know. It's Li Chengyi who's a little bit taller. But Liu Xiaoziyang has very, very safe hands and is a good goaltender. Shirshu with it now. Back to Kashin, and Aaron takes it, and he's been kind of our big workhorse, playing just about every game. Yi Jin-yong up for Jubin, who had a shot, it had the ball, and then kind of backed off from it. That one ended up going forwards for Miguel Sandberg, who ends up scoring the goal. I don't think he's offside, and now they're going to give the goal after all. I don't know what Jubin is doing there while he runs away from that, but he lets Wang Xinhai play that one horribly, and he just sort of knocks in a shot, and then Sandberg is there easily to get in the rebound and knock it in. I don't know why there was even any question of offside, because it wasn't even close to offside. That was clearly onside, and it's 1-0 Yanbian FC here, really, really early going. 20,000 here. It's a little bit better than before. Breezy and minus 5 degrees. It's cold, but there's no snow quite yet. Jubin with a free kick kind of lobs it forward, looking for Chen Jun, can't find him, and then he gets it back again, takes a shot, and forces a save, and that's why we like having Jubin in there. Jakob Dikoeng was good, but Jubin is all about scoring and shooting and shooting and scoring, and that's why we want to have him in there as much as we can. I'm surprised, actually, the Chinese national team hasn't gone out for him, but then again, I think the Chinese national team in this game is totally glitched, as we saw the other day. Sandberg almost able to get his head onto that one and into the goal, and instead that hits off the woodwork, just as we were talking about again the other day. It still is a problem in Football Manager. Now we've got to worry about defending this corner. That's a much bigger problem, much more pertinent to what we're trying to do. And, we're just barely able to keep that one out, and that was a little bit scary, and this one ends up off of somebody's foot for another corner. I'm not sure whose foot that was there, but You can't see from that angle whether goal line technology would have called that in or not, but apparently it wasn't in. So we'll trust what it tells us. I'm not quite sure why SI has that particular replay up there because you can never tell anything. Kashin ends up heading this one off, and then it's Liang Xianjun who's able to run out first in front of everybody else. Knocks it forward for Zhong Sanbing. Zhong Sanbing over to Gustafsson. Kick it back to Sandberg. There you go. He's offside, though. Gustafsson scores the goal. They're going to call this one back, I'm pretty sure. I'm looking for the referee. I don't see him anywhere. It's interesting. So I guess this is going to be a goal that's fine. I'm pretty sure that Sandberg was offside. Zhong Sanbin does a very good job running the fast break over to Gustafsson. It's right here where I'm pretty sure Sandberg was actually offside, and then Gustafsson ends up taking the shot anyway and scores the goal, and we'll take it. 2-0 Yanbian FC, and very, very good play so far by Sandberg. One of the reasons why we wanted to start him is because Taiwan was talking about maybe not having him play on their national team because he hasn't played enough for our team, so that means that we should give him a few more starts. Of course, he's no Ravaglia. Over to Shirshu now. Shirshu over to Yandawe. Yandawe looks forward over to Gustafsson, and he's just going to try that one from range. Might as well try his luck, and luck's not quite there yet, but hey, who knows? It might happen. Chen Jun not having a great game so far, but it's early, and we'll give him some of that game time. Liang Shenjun has it now over to Jubin. Jubin slowly over to Shirshu. Shirshu back to Jubin, and that one's knocked back out for another corner. I tell you, Jubin, if he gets that ball anywhere near the goal, he's dangerous, and he's been making it all happen today. I don't care what his average rating says. He's looked absolutely awesome. Lee Jin-young here with his corner and knocks it forward, looking for Sandberg. Can't quite find him over to Liang Shenjun, and he lobs a little bit of a shot. There was more of a pass straight to Zhang Chong, the goalie. And here's Kashin with it from free kick range, and he just barely misses. Man, that's off that woodwork. That was a very, very good attempt by Kashin. Over to Yandawe now. That ends our highlight. Very, very good play so far from both of the center backs. And I know that he doesn't have, Kashin that is, doesn't have a great rating at the moment, but he's looked awesome. From everything I've seen, he's looked absolutely excellent, and we'll go into halftime with a 2-0 lead. Just a second. All right, we're back with more. So you didn't miss anything. Now let's go take a look here in the dressing room and see what's going on. Yeah, we're sure that you can do well or whatever. We'll take a quick look here and see. I mean, Kashin just doesn't look like he's having a wonderful game out here. This is the question, right? Whether you want to keep them on for a little bit longer and maybe let something bad happen, or take him off and see what somebody else could do. I think we're going to put Paulson on for Kashin, and we'll probably take Chen Jun off here after his half hour, put Torres back on. Juan David Torres is a good player who hasn't played much this season, only played one game. It's because he was in a huff because he couldn't get into the conference league, and so we had to punish him a little bit and sort of let him sit and stew, and he's not upset anymore, and now he can get back into the team. It would be nice to have his heading ability and his size, and boy, we just about gave up a goal there again. And I'm a little bit concerned here, guys. Let's get this ball back and let's get this out of the danger area. Lee Jin-young, of course, able to get that off, and that's what finally does the trick. Yandawe now with the throw over to Gustafsson, back to Yandawe, and back to Gustafsson, and we're looking a little bit shaky here. He goes back to Torres. Torres is going to sit on this just like he should. Over to Liang Shenjun now. Liang Qianjun knocks it forward, looking for Gustafsson. Beautiful over to Zhong Sanbing, and I'm pretty sure he's onside. Let's take a look at that replay and see, but I'm pretty sure he was onside. Pretty sure he was right behind the ball. And that is awarded. Yes, I saw that correctly. Liang Qianjun here, very, very good creativity, and knocks it over to Gustafsson. All he has to do is do that first-time cross, and he's got two guys there who could potentially score it. I mean, we're in behind the defense. There's just no excuse for it. And, I mean, you look at this, and there's the line, and just like I said, he was behind the ball. And, I mean, there's just nothing you can do about it. You cannot defend that. And so both Sandberg and Zhong Sanbing have played very, very well so far today. Here's Sandberg again, threading the needle. Oh, no, back to Gustafsson instead. And, oh, how did that miss? How did that miss? I tell you, that's a little shot that just goes straight over right in front of the line of the goal. But I don't know how that one missed. Yandawe with it now looks up and forward to Sandberg, and he just can't quite get over there. Just a little bit too slow. Yandawe now able to head this one back and ends up with Gustafsson. Gustafsson now with it back to Yandawe. Yandawe looking much, much, much better as we go along. Back to Torres, over to Lee Jin-young. Yandawe again, over to Gustafsson, and can't quite get that head onto it. And it's Paulson here now, finally, who takes control. Paulson, who probably should be starting more games. He was injured for a while. To Torres, over to Shirshu, over to Gustafsson now. Gustafsson back to Yandawe. Yandawe is going to take a shot and scores, and that's his first goal of the season, and that's not bad for a right back, huh? Yandawe is looking good. He might be as good, believe it or not, as Park Myung-sung. I don't know if the game's actually going to tell me that or not, but he looked really, really good, and this may be our long-term replacement for Park Myung-sung, who we're going to keep on to until he retires, I think. But when it comes to playing in Europe in the future, you're going to see more of Yandawe, I believe. And it's 4-0 Yanbian FC. And we're playing very, very well. And this is what we like to see. Absolutely. And we're just completely dominating them. They've only had 5 shots, only the one on target. And it was a scary one. But we were able to live through that. Gustafsson now gets the ball, takes it up himself, looking down to cross, finally crosses it backwards to Shu and over to Paulsen. Paulsen now back to Torres. Torres over finds Lee Jin-young. Lee Jin-young forward to Jung Sanbing, who scores the second goal. I think he's offside. Think he was offside that time. Lee Jin-young again with that excellent passing play. Very, very good assist if this counts, but it's disallowed. Just as I said, I thought he was offside by a couple of feet or two. And, yeah, you can see right here. Oh, boy, that's really close. It's maybe half a yard, so maybe like a foot and a half. But, yeah, still offside. I mean, I looked offside with the naked eye. And still 4-0 Yanbian FC. Shu here with this shot on goal that almost goes in. And boy, wouldn't that be nice to score one? Was you're 16 years old in your first match here for the big club. Yandawe now. Yandawe kicks this one forward, looking for Gustafsson. Just can't quite find him, and it goes back to Yandawe. Over to Gustafsson again. Over to Lee Jin-young now. Lee Jin-young will take it, penetrate, nope, fakes, and then knocks it back to Torres. Over to Yandawe again. Yandawe is going to create himself over to Lee Jin-young. Lee Jin-young will... he'll just take a shot by himself, and that one ends up going up and over everything. I thought for a second he might kind of knock up a little high floating one of those passes inside the box, but that's not exactly what happened. And they have a corner again. So we have been a little bit up against the wall here. This is not quite as easy as last season was, and there's David Mateos who scores his first goal of the season, and it's 4-1 now Yanbian. We're not going to be worried too much about this, but you never want to see the other team score in these games. We want to have as many clean sheets as possible. Nothing we can do about that. I mean, it's just a very, very good cross from the corner, and I mean, sometimes you just have to let it score and let them go in. The Oshao Tsing is able to grab that, hold on to it, I think across the line, but apparently nobody saw. So, I mean, if a tree falls in the woods and no one's around, you know what I'm talking about. Here's another corner. Sandberg to take this corner. Interesting to have him take one. Knocks it forward looking for Paulsen, and I don't know how that wasn't a goal. That was a very, very well-taken corner. Over to Torres now to Jubin, forward to Gustafsson, and he should have scored that. Jang Song is barely able to get a hand onto that one to tip it over the bar. Gustafsson really should have scored that, and he looked excellent in the air. Lee Jin-young now will take this corner, over looking again for Paulsen, and that's handball on Paulsen, and that's the end of that. Let's take another look at this one, though. Sandberg forward over to Torres and Jubin, and then right here is where Gustafsson had that excellent room, and yeah, Jang Chong just barely able to get a hand onto that one, and that was sort of a miracle of goaltending. Gustafsson with it again, looking forward. That's knocked back out for a goal kick. It's going to be the final kick here of the game. That's the reason why we're seeing this highlight, because this will be it, and we haven't had the whistle quite yet, and it's going to come here in a second, and this will be yet another win for us, and there it is. It's all over, and we are clear and deserved winners, and this was a lot of fun, and we'll have more fun for you again tomorrow. I think tomorrow is the big Chinese FA Cup match, so that'll be another big one to pay attention to. We'll try to get all of our big players out for that one, and that's going to be one to pay attention to, and I will talk with you then. See you then. Bye.